Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and this is day 23 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on doing at least 2 things every day that I don't want to do just because I know it's good for me. So yay for day 23! Yay! I only have 77 days left to go. Okay, that's not as much of a yay as yay for 23 days being done, but I'm done. I wish I was done with all 100 days right now. And I wish that I was feeling a whole lot better. And I wish that my brain was functioning the way that I want it to, but I don't think my brain ever functions the way that I want it to. So I'm learning to adapt and accept how my brain functions and to be okay with that. In fact, today I wanted to make pancakes and I did not make pancakes. I made muffins and I did not want to make muffins, but I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing and I grabbed the wrong cookbook and I mixed all of the dry ingredients together and was ready to get the wet ingredients to mix in there before I realized that I was following my muffin recipe and not my pancake recipe. And they're not the same recipe. They have similar ingredients, but not the same amounts. And I didn't want to throw away all the stuff that I just made, and I didn't want to put it somewhere and try to remember that that's what it was because I knew I would forget. And I wasn't feeling very good and I was hungry and I wanted food. So I was like, okay, instead of making cranberry pancakes, I will make cranberry muffins. And so I just let myself go with what my brain decided to do this morning, even though it's not what I wanted to do this morning. I also think sometimes when I'm sick, I just give in and let myself do whatever I want to do, which is not the best thing to do because it's not taking care of myself. But I did get up and make myself take a shower, which was good. I think that helps with all of my not feeling good things. It helps to clear out my head. My headache felt a lot better because I'm sure I'm just getting like a sinus headache because all the pressure from all of this, whatever I have going on. So, and then of course I just let myself watch TV and play games all day. I did not go to church. I did not go to my 12-step meeting, and my family dinner was canceled tonight, but I had no intentions of going to that either. So that was fine. But I did make myself take a nap. I stayed up for a couple of hours and then I'm like, I'm going back to bed. And I slept again for like 3 or 4 hours. I usually take a nap on Sunday anyway, but it was nice to just, be like, okay, I'm letting myself take care of myself by taking a nap. And then, of course, I wished I would have got up and done all the things that I needed to do so that I could go to bed. Because by the time I was tired and ready to go to bed, I was like, okay, it's 8:30. I want to curl up in my bed and go to sleep early. But I haven't read my scriptures for the day, and I haven't made my video, and I haven't written in my journal, and So I kind of put off doing everything all day because I just didn't feel good, and that was my lovely little excuse. And then I decided that just because I physically don't feel good doesn't mean that I should spiritually not feel good or emotionally not feel good. I need to do things to make myself spiritually and physically feel better. So I am grateful that my vision board friend sent me a text message and was asking what she could do to help me feel better. And it got me thinking about what I could do to feel better or what I needed. And I was like, what I need is not something she could necessarily give me, but she could give me suggestions for. And so what I needed or wanted or was thinking, it would be nice to have a priesthood blessing, which is really hard for me to explain if you're not part of my religion. But basically it just means that we believe those that have the priesthood have the ability, the power of God, like Christ in the New Testament, that could heal people like his apostles and those that followed him, that were given his spirit and his power to heal people, to cast out devils, to make them whole again. And so we believe that we still have that power, that it's been restored, and that those holding the priesthood, if they're honoring that priesthood and listening to the Spirit of God, that they can bless us and have the power to help to heal and to comfort and all of those things. But of course they can only say and do the things that God would have them say and do. They can't go outside of that parameter or it doesn't work. So, and it's based on the faithfulness of the people giving the blessing as well as the people receiving it. So I was just asking for a blessing of healing. And of course, my vision board friend was kind enough to supply some names of ideas, which I am so grateful for, because I'm like, there are people that I know. It's just my brain doesn't function properly on a regular day. My brain doesn't always remember people and names. I'm really bad with names, so it doesn't always remember that when I feel good, and it's worse when I don't feel good. Like, seriously, I can't even figure out which cookbook I need to make pancakes in the morning. So how the heck am I going to remember who to like message or do something for in the evening? So I went ahead and texted them after she gave me the suggestion. Well, I didn't do it right after she gave me the suggestions of people. I just kind of put it off until I was like, okay, I need to get up and make dinner and do stuff, and so I'll just message them and that will help. And then I realized that I still have my clothes all over my living room because I don't have a dryer and because I just didn't care to put them away, but I didn't really want them out when people were coming over, so I had to put my clothes away, which I didn't really want to do. And I was like, great, now I have to put my clothes away. So I had to put my clothes away, and then of course I needed food. So I did dishes, and I made food. So I didn't do dishes before they came over. I did dishes after they left, I think I did dishes after they left. Yeah. But I started dinner before they came over because I was making some rice and I knew that would take an hour. And so I sent a text message asking if they could come. And then I went and started dinner. And then they said when they were coming. And then I cleaned up all of my clothes. And so I put them away so they wouldn't be all over my living room. And then I went back to finishing my dinner. They came over. And then I did dishes. And then I sent a Marco Polo video to my family because it's my weekly video check-in. I just want to say, hey, I'm making progress in cleaning up my kitchen. And I was just proud of myself but I knew I had to do dishes in order to show them how much I'd cleaned up of my countertop, because now I have a countertop. Granted, I mean, there's still stuff on my countertop, but there's much more space to it because I've done more dishes. So even though my dish drainer doesn't look that full of dishes, I can still see that I'm making progress. And I'm so grateful at this point that I'm so focused on the T90 baby steps of progress that I'm making that I'm not feeling overwhelmed and stressed out about the big, huge mess that's still left in my kitchen or the rest of my house, because my focus is on the progress and not on what I have left to do. And that makes it doable for me, because if I focus on what I have left to do, then I get overwhelmed and I do absolutely nothing. So I am grateful to God for helping me to focus on what I've accomplished, and that I have a little weekly check-in with my family that I'm not sure cares about my weekly check-ins or not, because not all of them responded. Only my older sister responded to it, but that's okay. I'm grateful she responded. And I didn't actually expect a response. I figure I'm probably just as annoying to my family as I am to other people. But I've always been that way. I'm kind of used to it. Might be a side effect of my ADHD. I don't really know. Or might just be me and my personality. But I know they didn't ask me to share all of that with them. I'm just choosing to share that with them because I'm choosing to share my struggle with them and share my progress with them, because that's where I'm at. And it's my feeble attempt of trying to stay connected with my family that lives in another state and that we don't talk and connect on a regular basis. So it's just my way of doing that. And it also is my way of staying accountable to myself. And I feel like these videos do the same thing for me, because knowing I have to make a video at the end of every day, it helps me stay accountable and know that I have to do at least 2 things every day that I don't want to do. And somehow doing at least one of those things turns into another thing, and I end up doing more than 2 things every day that I don't want to do. But I'm grateful that they're getting done, because then that's that much less stress that I have to worry about. And it gives me something to look at and say, look, I'm making progress, or look, I did something today. And I feel like I'm having success in my life, and it makes me feel so much better about myself. And I am very grateful for that. And I am grateful for those of you that are choosing to watch these videos and support me in doing these things that I don't really want to do. But I'm grateful they're getting done. And I know that it's a process, and life is a process, but this is what's helping me to stay on track and helping me to continue to grow and to learn and to do better. And it also helps me to stay on the positive side of all of this and to see the progress that I'm making, instead of focusing on the big, huge mess and the amount of stuff that I still have left to do, because my brain naturally and automatically goes to the mess and to everything that I have left to do. And it is so fantastic and going way too far in the future, and what ifs and the mess and the time it's going to take. And I will spend hours trying to figure out how long it's going to take me to do everything, or imagine that I can do everything all in one day and then be disappointed when I'm not capable of doing everything that I imagine in my brain. So this simplifies everything for me, and this keeps me focused. And I am grateful that this keeps me focused, and I am grateful that I have like this daily accountability to see my progress and to share with anybody that's choosing to watch and to see, and it makes it feel doable. And it also gets me to do it even when I don't want to do it, because that's the whole point of these videos, is to do the things I don't want to do. And then it gives me something to say in my videos. So it's my form of motivation. And I realize it's kind of an external form of motivation, but that seems to be the only motivation that seems to work for me, because I just don't have that natural internal motivation to get up and do stuff. I have the ideas, I always have the ideas, but it's the follow through that I fail on. And I'm grateful that God has inspired me to do these videos, because it helps me have that motivation for the follow through. And hence I send Marco Polo videos to my family every week and annoy them, because it is my motivation and my follow through for slowly cleaning up my house. And maybe by the end of this year, I'll send them a video every week on my progress. And maybe by the end of the year, I will have a clean house. I'm hoping it doesn't take me more than a year to clean my whole house, but I'm not expecting myself to clean my whole house within the time frame of my 100 days of videos. So anyway, that is what I have for today. If you like these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude, and maybe do a couple of things today that you don't want to do, but you know are good for you.